One is partially ordered set. Basically, it is a relation on any set. मान लो कि suppose P is any set and this is a some relation on that set, and this set is called a partially ordered set if it satisfies three conditions. One is reflexive. So reflexive means it is related to itself, means A is related to A. Second is antisymmetric. Antisymmetric means either A is related to B or B is related to A. And third is transitive. So transitive means A is related to B is related to C, then it means A is related to C. So this property is called transitive property. Now, Jordan's lemma क्या कहता है? If there is any partially ordered set, if we have any partially ordered set in which every chain has upper bound. So ਆਪਾਂ lower classes ਚ upper bound ਤੇ lower bound पढ़िया. So if every chain has upper bound, then it possesses the maximum element. So it is a Jordan's lemma कि every partially ordered set in which every chain has upper bound possesses the maximum element. So these definition we will used in our next theorem. So that why I discuss in this lecture. Now, very important concept ਜਿਹੜਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰਨ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ. So which is called a complete orthonormal set. Complete orthonormal set. और इस डेफिनेशन का दूसरा नाम टोटल V है. So this is also called total orthonormal set. So total orthonormal set क्या ਹੁੰਦਾ? An orthonormal set is said to be complete or total second name if it is not contained in if it is not contained in any other orthonormal set. So ਇਹਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਕੀ ਆ? ਇਹਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਬੜਾ orthonormal set ਨੂੰ complete orthonormal set ਕਹਾਂਗੇ, because it does not contained in any orthonormal set. So that set is called complete, or second name is total. So complete or total orthonormal set means it does not contained in any other orthonormal set. So it means it is the maximal orthonormal set of any Hilbert space or any space. Now I am going to start the first theorem, so which is very important theorem. So statement of this theorem is every non-zero Hilbert space every non-zero Hilbert space contains a contains a complete orthonormal set. So remember this result, orthonormal set. Every non-zero Hilbert space contains a complete orthonormal set. Now, proof of this theorem. So, what is the proof? First, I take let H is non-zero Hilbert space. H is non-zero Hilbert space. So, our claim is to prove that it has a complete orthonormal set. Since H is non-zero, it means there exists some non-zero vector belongs to H, right? There exists a non-zero vector belongs to H. Now normalize this vector. Normalize this vector. Normalize mean normalize vector x by ਕਿੱਦਾਂ normalize ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਇਹਦਾ norm 1 ਕਰਨਾ ਸੋ 1 norm ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਅਗਰ ਮੈਂ ਇਸ ਵੈਕਟਰ ਨੂੰ ਇਹਦੀ norm ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਡਿਵਾਈਡ ਕਰਦਾ so it means the norm is of E is 1 so it means E is a normal vectors so it implies this E because it is a single vector so it is a orthonormal vector so this is a orthonormal vector why orthonormal because its norm is 1 so normal and because it is a single vector so perpendicular so there is not need to prove orthogonal so it means it is a orthonormal vector so from this we get कि every Hilbert space has a orthonormal vectors so ਇੱਕ ਗੱਲ clear ਹੋ ਗਈ ਕਿ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਆਪਾਂ Hilbert space ਲਵਾਂਗੇ ਉਸ Hilbert space ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ orthonormal vector ਦੇ set ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਹੋਣਗੇ ਜੇ ਹੋਣਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ collection ਲੈਣੀ so what we get consider the consider the collection P of a of orthonormal set in Hilbert space H. So in Hilbert space H. So ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ collection ਲੈ ਲਈ orthonormal set in Hilbert space H ਮਤਲਬ H ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ orthonormal set ਸੀਗੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਇੱਕ collection ਬਣਾ ਔਰ ਉਹ collection ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਦੀ ਹੋਏਗੀ partially ordered set ਹੋਏਗਾ so that collection then P is partially ordered set in which every chain has upper bound so ਇਹ prove ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਨਹੀਂ so just it is trivial this P is partially ordered set in which every chain has upper bound now we will apply the Jordan's lemma so by Jordan's lemma so by Jordan's lemma what we get if any partially ordered has upper bound, then it has maximum element. So it means P possesses maximal element. Maximal element. So remember that P has maximal element. Now that maximal element say M. So P possesses maximal element M, right? Now my aim is to prove that this M is complete orthonormal set because it is maximal as well as it is a orthonormal. So claim that we claim that M is complete orthonormal set. Complete orthonormal set, right? In H. Now to show it, let I take to prove it. Let Y is some non-zero vector belongs to H and Y is perpendicular to M. ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ orthogonal non-zero orthogonal vector ਲੈ ਲਿਆ ਕਿ ਜੇ maximum ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ then put y1 as y bata norm of y, this values. It implies norm of y1 is equal to 1. तो normal भी हो गया, m ਦੇ perpendicular ਵੀ ਆ, तो y1 ਵੀ perpendicular ਹੋ ਗਿਆ। तो ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਇੱਕ ਨਵਾਂ orthonormal set ਬਣ ਗਿਆ ਔਰ ਉਹ ਨਵਾਂ orthonormal set ਕਿਹੜਾ ਬਣ ਗਿਆ, ਉਹ ਬਣ ਗਿਆ m union ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਐਲੀਮੈਂਟ ਆ ਗਿਆ y1। ਸੋ ਇਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਕੀ ਬਣ ਗਿਆ, is also orthonormal set. Orthonormal set. It is also a orthonormal set. ਇੱਕ ਨਵਾਂ orthonormal set ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਤਿਆਰ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ और such that M is part of M union this values और A ਇਹਦੇ ਤੋਂ ਬੜਾ ਵੀ ਹੈ। It means it disturb the maximality of which this contradicts. So this contradicts because which disturb the maximality of M, right? So it means M is तो it implies अगर कोई भी वेक्टर ਅਸੀਂ M ਦੇ परपेंडिकुलर लेने हैं तो 0 हो जाएगा। ਅਸੀਂ Y अगर M ਦੇ परपेंडिकुलर लेने हैं तो वो 0 हो जाएगा। जे 0 हो जाएगा so it implies this M is complete orthonormal set. So this is a complete orthonormal set. So complete orthonormal set ਨੂੰ ਅਗਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਸੋ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਤਰੀਕਾ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅਗਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਪ੍ਰੂਵ ਕਰਨਾ M is complete orthonormal set तो ਅਸੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਵੈਕਟਰ ਇਹਦੇ ਪਰਪੈਂਡੀਕੁਲਰ ਲਵਾਂਗੇ ਔਰ ਇਹ ਪ੍ਰੂਵ ਕਰ ਦਾਂਗੇ ਕਿ this vector is equal to 0. So it means it is a complete orthonormal set, right? So what we get every non-zero Hilbert space which contain a complete or total orthonormal set. So anyone अगर कोई डाउट है तब मेरे को पूछ लो anyone. So anyone कन्वे कर दिया करो अगे चलिए नहीं तो
सर आ गया समझ।
चलो नेक्स्ट इट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट और ये एग्जाम ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਣਾ ਹੈ ਔਰ एग्जाम ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਆਫਲਾਈਨ ਹੋਣੇ ਆ ਸੋ एग्जाम ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਣਾ ਸੋ this is very very important result let H be a Hilbert space H be a Hilbert space so that is first part and EI this is a EI so this EI be an orthonormal set in H. So this is a orthonormal set in H. Then the following statement are equivalent. Following statement are equivalent. The following statement are equivalent. So what are the statement? Statement number 1. A. This EI is complete. Number 2. X perpendicular to EI, it implies X is equal to 0. Number 3. If X belongs to H, then it implies X can be written as summation of inner product of EI into EI, this values. And I is running from 1 to any part, 1 to n, 1 to infinity. And D part is, so what is D part? So D part is if X belongs to H, then norm of X raised to power 2, which is equal to summation of inner product XEI, this is raised to power 2. So this is also called a Parseval inequality. Parseval's inequality. Inequality. Sometimes it is asked as state and prove Parseval inequality. तो directly Parseval inequality भी पूछी जा सकती है. So this is GNDU 2000, 2001 and 2004 and many other years. So this is very very important result. So ਅਸੀਂ prove करना the for all the four statement are equivalent. It means A implies B, B implies C, C implies D and D implies A. तो सारियां स्टेटमेंट ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ equivalent prove करना. Now first, to prove this theorem, first I take solution. So first A implies B. Now what is given part? Given part is EI is complete. Prove that X is perpendicular to EI and it implies X is equal to 0. ठीक है जी. तो ਅਸੀਂ contradictional prove ਕਰਾਂਗੇ. Suppose this X perpendicular to EI implies X is not equal to 0. So अगर ਅਸੀਂ prove ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ x equal to 0, so ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ assume ਕਰ ਲਿਆ ਕਿ x EI ਦੇ perpendicular ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਇਹ x ਨੂੰ x ਦੇ 0 ਦੇ ਬਰਾਬਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ. It is a non-zero. Now define a new normal vector E which is x over norm of x, this values. So it implies norm of E is equal to 1. तो ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ normal vector हो गया. Also and this E vector perpendicular to this EI. Why? This is because क्योंकि ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ x vector ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਇਹ परपेंडिकुलर है EI ਦੇ. ठीक है जी. और अगर x है तो E वेक्टर भी ਇਹਦੇ परपेंडिकुलर होएगा. क्यों होएगा? Because it implies x inner product EI is equal to 0 and similarly E and EI can be written as this E x by norm of x comma EI 1 by norm of x common. So this is x into EI. So this is 0. So this term is 0. So that's why E is also perpendicular to EI. तो norm of E 1 ਦੇ ਬਰਾਬਰ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਗਈ, E ਉਹਦੇ perpendicular ਵੀ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, and it implies we find a new orthonormal set ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਤੋਂ बड़ा है. So we find a orthonormal set which is properly contained, which properly contain EI, which properly contain EI, right? So it means which contradict the maximality of EI, which contradict the hypothesis that EI is complete. So this contradicts the completeness of EI. Why? Because if EI is complete, so it does not contained in any other orthonormal set, so which contradicts the completeness of EI. So which prove this part. Now second part, which is B implies C. B implies C. Now in the second part, what is given? Any vector vector perpendicular to EI implies x equal to 0. So what is given? Given is if x is some vector perpendicular to EI, so it implies this x is equal to 0. To prove, what is proof? So that is a C part. It means x is equal to summation of x EI, and this is EI. So this is summation from I is running from 1 to infinity. Now prove this result. So I take the values if x is some vector belongs to H, right? These values. Now I take inner product of x minus summation of this I inner product x comma ei into ei comma ej. So this is the inner product with ej. So here I am taking j. So differentiate these two values because one series in I, and so I take the another series in j. So this value can be taken as written as first taking inner product x with this. So this is a x comma ej, then minus inner product summation of I x ei comma ej, this inner product. Now this is treated as alpha scalars. So this will become x comma ej minus summation of I inner product x ei, then inner product ei comma ej. This is inner product. Now taking the summation I running from 1 to, this is same x comma ej minus taking summation when I is 1, this is 0, I is 2, this is 0 inner product because it is orthonormal set. When it is j minus 1, again 0. When I is j, so this is 1, and the next term again 0. So this will become inner product x comma ej. So this total term is equal to 0. Now what we get? We get this vector x minus summation of inner product exi ei, this vector, and this vector I is perpendicular to ej for each j. So given part by given part, so this term, this vector will be 0. So x minus summation of x ei into ei is equal to 0. So it implies this x vector, which is equal to summation of x ei into ei. I is running from 1 to this. So this is a linear combination of orthonormal vectors. So which prove our result. Now this is a B implies C. This is a B. This term is third. 2 implies 3. Now, next part is C implies D. Now, C implies D. So, what is C? C is a this linear combination, and to prove the Parseval inequality. Now, C is given. Since C is given, so if X belongs to H, then it implies X can be written as summation of inner product XEI into EI. Now to prove norm of X raised to power 2. So this is a Parseval inequality. So this can be written as X comma X. Now substitute the value which is equal to, so this is inner product. So this is inner product, right? Value of X, this is in I, X comma EI into EI, and second is I am taking with J. So differentiate these two series. This is EJ, right? Now here this is alpha and this is again alpha. So from the first number it will be simple alpha, from the second it will be alpha conjugate. So we get there are two summation, one is I, second is in with J. So first is simple alpha and second is this is with conjugate, and next it is a inner product EI comma EJ, this values. Now taking the summation in J, so when J equal to I, this will be 1 otherwise 0. So when I am taking the series in J, so this will become summation of I, J ਨੂੰ run karaya. So this will be X EI, this will be X EI conjugate, this will be 1. So this total will be norm of absolute value of inner product XEI raised to power 2. So this is called a Parseval inequality. So in this way, we prove that norm of x raised to power 2, so which is equal to inner product xei raised to power 2. So this is an I summation. So this is called a Parseval inequality. Now last part. Last is D implies A. Now last part is D implies A. So what is D? D is Parseval inequality. And what is A? A is to prove that it is a complete. Now suppose EI is not a complete. Suppose this EI is not a complete ਜਾਂ total ਜਾਂ complete, ਇਹਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਬੜਾ ਕੋਈ ਹੋਰ orthonormal set ਹੈ, then it means it is, it implies it is contained in any other बल्कि properly contained in any other orthonormal set. Orthonormal set. So that set can be written as EI, comma E. थोड़ा जब बड़ा ले लिया. Say that, right? This value. Now, what is E? E belongs to H. We know that. If E belongs to H by given part, which is Parseval inequality, this can be written as norm of E raised to power 2 summation of inner product of E and EI. So X ਦੀ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਤੇ E ਆ ਗਿਆ ਤੇ Parseval inequality use ਕਰਤੀ. Now what is this set? It is a orthonormal set. तो E EI ਦੇ perpendicular ਆ. तो ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ this side right hand side 0 हो जाएगी. So this will be 0 and this is because norm is 1. So this will be 1. So ਅਸੀਂ 1 ਨੂੰ 0 ਦੇ ਬਰਾਬਰ prove ਕਰਤਾ. So which is contradiction. So which is contradiction. So ਸਾਡੀ supposition wrong ਹੋ ਗਈ. ਸਾਡੀ supposition wrong ਹੋ ਗਈ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ EI complete ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ. ਜੇ wrong ਹੋ ਗਈ then it implies this EI is a complete orthonormal set. So this is a complete orthonormal set, right? ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੋ expansion use ਹੋਈਆਂ, ਇੱਕ ਸੀ x which is equal to summation of inner product of x EI and this is EI. This is a linear combination of EI. This is called Fourier expansion of x. Fourier expansion of x. So remember that it is called Fourier expansion of x. और दूसरी ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ use ਹੋਈ norm of x square which is inner product of x EI raised to power 2 this values. This is called spelling check कर लियो Parseval inequality PARSEVALS Parseval's equation ਵੀ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ equality ਵੀ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ तो एग्जाम ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਢੰਗ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ ਜਾ ਸਕਦਾ state and prove Parseval inequality. So this is very important result. So after that the next statement is theorem is which is called an orthonormal set. An orthonormal set in a Hilbert space is linear independent. So this is a linear independent. So this is very important result. Again, so proof of this result. Suppose this S which is E1 e to en. This is a finite orthonormal set in a Hilbert space H. In a Hilbert space H. तो ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਲੀਨੀਅਰ ਇੰਡੀਪੈਂਡੈਂਟ ਪ੍ਰੂਫ ਕਰਨਾ। ਸੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਦਾ ਲੀਨੀਅਰ ਕੰਬੀਨੇਸ਼ਨ ਲੈ ਲਈਏ। ਲੈਟ summation of alpha I ei और I ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ it is running from 1 to n and this term is equal to 0. ਸੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਵੈਲਿਊਜ਼ ਆ ਉਹ ਲੈ ਲਈ। ਸੋ this term is equal to 0 तो ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਕੇਲਰਸ ਨੂੰ 0 ਦੇ ਬਰਾਬਰ ਪ੍ਰੂਵ ਕਰਨਾ। ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ? So this is a 0 term where alpha i's are scalars. Alpha I are scalars. Now this is 0. Now I am taking the inner product of summation of alpha I ei ਇੱਥੇ ਮੈਂ ej ਲੈ ਲੈਣਾ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਕਨਫਿਊਜ਼ਨ ਨਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇਹਦੀ ਵੈਲਿਊ 0 ਹੈ। this is I running from 1 to n तो जिस इनर प्रोडक्ट ਵਿੱਚ 0 ਆ ਜਾਵੇ ਉਹ ਇਨਰ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਟ 0 ਦੇ ਬਰਾਬਰ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ। ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਹੁਣ ਆਪਾਂ ਲੈਫਟ ਹੈਂਡ ਸਾਈਡ ਨੂੰ ਸੋਲਵ ਕਰਨਾ। ਅਗਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਲੈਫਟ ਹੈਂਡ ਸਾਈਡ ਨੂੰ ਰਾਈਟ ਹੈਂਡ ਸਾਈਡ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ 0 ਹੋਵੇ ਸੋ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਆ ਸਕੇਲਰ ਬਾਹਰ ਕੱਢ ਲੈ। ਸੋ ਸਮੀਸ਼ਨ ਆਫ ਅਲਫਾ I inner product ei ej where I is running from 1 to n this is equal to 0 this values for every j right now summation ਲਈਏ ਜਦੋਂ 1 ਲਿਆ ਆ 0 2 ਲਿਆ 0 ਜਦੋਂ I j ਦੇ ਬਰਾਬਰ ਆਇਆ ਤਾਂ 1 ਬਾਕੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਬਰਾਬਰ ਆਇਆ ਤਾਂ 0 so it implies alpha j into 1 is equal to 0 for every j तो सारे स्केलर ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ 0 ਹੋ ਗਏ। ਜੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਕੇਲਰ 0 ਹੋ ਗਏ ਤਾਂ it implies ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ SC E1 E2 so on En ਇਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਲੀਨੀਅਰ independent vector ਬਣ ਗਏ। So this is the proof of this theorem.